What is up, you guys? So we are back yet again, and I'm sorry that I haven't been doing much with the channel. It's just that I've been really busy. I'm trying to find a new job, just a bunch of stuff. But today's episode, I call it an episode. I don't really know if you would consider it that. We're going to be going over what I think about the Nintendo Switch, because I've had it for a week now. You know, I got it last Friday, and I just want to share my opinions about it, because I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, well, you shouldn't buy it, or you should buy it, or just a bunch of different things. So I guess I'm going to throw my opinion out there. But like they say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So first off, the thing about the Nintendo Switch for me is I played in portable mode. For me, it is completely a portable console. I put it in the dock once, started playing with it, and the Joy-Cons just lag so much. I think it's because, they said that my router might have something to do with it, and it's sitting like right behind my Switch dock. So that might be what's screwing up my Joy-Con, but still, it's really frustrating. And it doesn't make sense that it would be screwing up my Joy-Con, because it works perfectly with my controllers work perfectly fine with my Xbox One and PS4. So I don't know what technology they're using in the Joy-Con that make it any different than an Xbox One or PS4 controller. But like I said, I don't know what they're using that makes it different, but that's just my experience. It lags too much to even bear. Now, whenever I do have it in tabletop mode, the Joy-Con don't lag. And I actually do like just being able to lay down, slide my... I have like a little sliding desk in front of my couch. I like to lay down on my couch, slide my desk over, put my Switch there, and just start playing. It is a great system for portable gaming. As far as console gaming, I can't really get into it. And one of the first things that I actually did with my Switch is on Friday, whenever it came out, I went to the midnight release, had a great time there, talked to a bunch of people, got our Switches, got Zelda, and we all left. However, unlike most people where they go home, they put it in the dock and immediately start playing, I actually had to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I had to take my mom to the doctor. But that actually gave me a great opportunity to try it out on the go, right? So I drive up there, I'm sitting in the lobby. Now the only problem is that I sort of had to adjust some of the things in the lobby. Like I had to turn my chair to where I'm playing it on tabletop mode, and it worked really great. They say that the Switch has a 3-hour battery life, which whenever you first hear that, it's like, 3 hours, my phone can last an entire day on a full charge. But you just get lost in the Nintendo Switch, man. I was playing it, I don't even remember how long I was there. Which I think the 3 hours being a little bit generous, because I'm pretty sure I played it more than 3 hours. But like I said, I don't know, dude. I just get so lost in the Nintendo Switch. Let's see here. I think, I've been saying this, it's better as a portable console. I don't see myself using it as a home console. Maybe whenever Mario comes out I might, but as far as Zelda is concerned, I will use it portable from the beginning to the end of the game. And also with Zelda, don't expect a review anytime soon. I am being very slow with this game. I am straight up exploring everything that you can in this game. I also didn't buy the guide. I usually buy a guide whenever I buy Zelda, but for some reason this time I decided not to. But anyways, enough about Zelda. We'll get to that whenever we talk about games. Now, as far as accessories, I didn't get many accessories. I got an extra set of Joy-Con, which a lot of people were complaining, well, that's a controller for $80, right? Except that whenever you buy 2 Joy-Con, you're not getting just one controller, you're getting 2. And that's what I think a lot of people need to understand about the Switch, is that one set of Joy-Con is 2 controllers. Like, I think with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, whenever it comes out, I think that you're going to be able to play that all with the one little Joy-Con. And speaking of that, a lot of people complain about they're small. For me, one Joy-Con fits in my hand pretty well. Now, yes, whenever you do turn it onto its side and put the strap on there, it does get a little bit cramped, but I sort of got used to it really quickly. Other than that, the only other accessory that I got was what is it? It's the case that came with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Collector's Edition. First off, the case is nice, right? Like, I don't like screen protectors, so it's like anytime that I'm moving the Switch, I always put it in the case. It has slots for, I think, 12 games. I'm probably never going to be carrying that many around with me. And let's see here. The one bad thing about the case that came with it, or not that came with the Switch, but that I got in the Breath of the Wild, is they have a accessories, pouch, and you can comfortably fit the charger and the headphones in there, and the Joy-Con straps as well. But whenever you try to put more Joy-Cons in there, I noticed that, it seems to be pressing against the Switch a little bit, which, with how finicky the Switch is, like, I've seen a bunch of videos where, the Switch is it just breaks easily. Or I say it breaks easily, but, it scratches easily. I just get really worried that, something's gonna happen. It's gonna leave like a dent on the screen. Like, I have a dent on my Wii U gamepad. I don't even know where it came from, but there's just a tiny little dent in it, in the screen, and it just bothers me so much. The Joy-Con grip, you're not going to be able to get the Joy-Con grip into that pouch, which, the thing is whenever I'm playing tabletop mode, I like to have the Joy-Con grip, because I like to have a controller to play on. But sadly, that is not something that will fit into the carrying case. Now, let's go ahead and move on to games, because right now, first off, let me just preface this by saying I am a physical gamer. I like my games physical. I don't know why. I'll probably end up buying snipper clips, just because it does look fun. But as far as if I can get a game physically, I'm going to get it physically rather than digitally. But right now there's 4 physical games, and that is Breath of the Wild, Just Dance 2017, 1-2 Switch, and Super Bomberman R. And let me just tell you, only one of those is worth that $60 price tag. Now, I'm gonna try to get a complete collection of the Nintendo Switch as long as I can, right? Because for me, it's like there's only 4 games. There's gonna be 6 games by the end of March. The other 2 are Binding of Isaac and something Heroes. I almost wanted to say No More Heroes, but no. That would be a great exclusive to have on the Nintendo Switch, is No More Heroes 3. But it might not even be number 3. I don't know. But yeah, it's some other game. It's like $20. But yeah, like, the launch library was terrible. They do have some pretty good games coming down the line. And also the pricing for the games is completely wrong. I should Now here's my price breakdown for most of the games that are coming out. Breath of the Wild, $60. I'll admit that's a $60 game. Just Dance 2017, buying it new, not knowing what I'm going into, I would probably say about $40. And the reason for that is it's a full game, yes, but I don't know. I feel like it's going to be the 40 range because, again, I don't dock my Switch, and I'm sure as hell not going to play a Just Dance game on a little screen. So 40 for that. Super Bomberman R should have been 20. 1-2 Switch should have been 20. Or honestly, 1-2 Switch should have been a pack-in, especially with how small the game cases are. They could have easily fit that in there. Which they are tiny. Like, you know those little cases that they put oh man, like bootleg DVDs in? There's like super slender cases. That's the size of a Nintendo Switch case. Which actually, I can't even put it all the way back to against the edge of my bookshelf because it just goes so far in compared to Xbox One and PS4 games. So, but anyways, Binding of Isaac should be 20, and the Heroes game that I can't think about should have been, it is 20, so that's a fair price. That is one of the only two games that are fairly priced, that and Breath of the Wild. Everything else, I don't know what they're thinking. So games out of the way, let me go ahead and talk about Breath of the Wild because you're not going to be getting a review for a while. I really like it. I don't know if I'm really on the edge with whether I want it to be, you know, it's hard to describe. Like, it's really competing with Twilight Princess to be my favorite Zelda game of all time. Which, whenever the review comes out, it's going to have a low review score. And the only reason that I say that is because Zelda is my favorite game series of all time, I am always super critical of it. So it's not going to have a perfect 10 out of 10. I can guarantee you that. But, I mean, it's not going to be low, but it's not going to be high. So, I mean, I hate to say that, but I got to. Now, I'm probably going to do another Nintendo Switch video March 3rd, 2018, just you know, 1 year after the Switch release. How is it now? Because I do have to wrap this video up. My overall score for the Nintendo Switch is probably, given the games, given what it can do, probably a 7.5. And the only reason that I would suggest buying a Switch now is if you don't have a Wii U and you just can't wait to play Breath of the Wild. Like, that's the only thing that I can say, because there's no other system sellers for the Switch right now. The only other one that I'm even remotely interested in is Snipperclips. So, yeah, I'd wait for Super Mario Odyssey to come out, and that is whenever I would go ahead and buy a Switch. I hope you guys have enjoyed as much as I have. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.